Hello, everyone, and welcome to the third week of our Moody Talk for April. And the Moody Talks are focusing on the emotion of envy this month. So we're way into it. We're in the third week now. And the first week, I talked about, as I usually do with every opening month, about our emotions. Words that describe that particular emotion and the intensity of them, which is really important because knowing the words that you attach to that feeling and how intense they are can really help you to figure out what kind of coping skills you may need for that specific emotion. So go back. I talk about body sensations. I talk about, things that can happen, because you feel envy. And, it's really good to just look back, and the worksheets are there to use so that you can figure out your own words. You can figure out your own body sensations so that you know that you're actually feeling envy. I also talked about the difference between envy and jealousy, and there, yes, is a difference, even though we do oftentimes switch those two words together, right? So the second Moody Talk, I talked about secondary emotions, how envy can lead to other emotions as you kind of sit and stew in envy, like anger, because maybe you don't have what somebody else has and you think you deserve it. Or sadness because you've worked really hard and you just can't seem to get what it is that you want, while other people, maybe get it easier than you do, right? That's frustrating. So last week we talked about that. This week we are going to talk about, is there an antidote to the feeling of envy? And I don't think there are antidotes to any emotions. Like I said, there's skills that we can learn to cope with them and to adjust our feelings in a sense. But when it comes to envy, what can we do to not, let it fester, right? So I came up with a few things here. So is there an antidote to envy? I start off with, are they better than you? Really? Just because this person may have something you want or you are working towards does not mean they are a better person, right? One thing does not make a person better than you. That shouldn't even be in your vocabulary. No one is better or worse than you, right? We've just got to, focus on our own self. And I think that's the problem with envy, is that it takes their attention off of ourselves and puts it out to someone else. And I think that's where it can be really hard to deal with envy, because it's an emotion that's core. Because of course we're going to feel envious of people because they have something that we don't. It's natural. It's just how we deal with it that really, helps. Because if we stew in envy, like I said, we're going to go to those secondary emotions. We're going to get angry. We're going to be sad. We're going to, feel shame because maybe we started talking about that person to other people in a negative light just so it could take away that, positive thing that they have that you want. So, you really got to sit back and think, they're not any better than me. Maybe they can do something easier than I can do, or they got something I want, but I want it and I can still work towards that, right? Then, would you switch places with this person? Is their ability to do something or have something you want worth changing your life to be like them? Again, it's really looking back, looking on your own life and the things that are positive in your life. And, would you want to switch with this person and maybe not have those things that are positive in your life because you're switching places with a whole other person? You don't know what's going on there, right? You don't know if you really want to live their life. So why would you really want to switch places with them? Because again, envy can help you to reach for the stars, right? And we go into that a little bit more. Sure, you see the positives. Just because they have or do something you want doesn't mean their lives are perfect. We see a lot of positive stuff that people post in social media, they're not necessarily telling us what's going wrong in their lives or what's happening that may be a negative in their life. You don't know. Just because they do this one thing better, or that they've learned to do it faster than you, or they have it and you don't have it yet, doesn't mean that their life is, roses. Doesn't mean that that person is having a grand old time with their life. We really don't see what goes on behind the mask. And I think that's something that, in general, society needs to kind of get over. We need to stop that with, especially with social media. We're seeing people going on vacations. We're seeing them getting like new cars and doing all these wonderful things, but we're not seeing that maybe they have something going on in their family, like someone's sick, or that their relationship isn't going great. We don't know that. So there's really no reason to think that you should be like them or be them, because you don't know what's going on in their life, just like they don't know what's going on in your life. And honestly, this person may not even know that you are envious of them. And that's a whole other thing. Maybe talking to the person saying, wow, I'm really envious of you. I've been working so hard to get this done, or receive this. And it came so easy to you. And how'd you do it? Maybe it starts a conversation where you get to know this person and understand them a little bit more. And then maybe, you can reroute that envy to be something like friendship, and you're helping each other to grow, right? And then finally, this is my big, takeaway from feeling envious. Can this motivate you, right? Can the desire to have something that other people have help you to work towards that same thing? Can it make a goal for you? You see that this person has what you want or is doing what you want, and that motivates you to work harder. We can't always just get it. We can't just get everything that comes in life. We have to work for it. And there are things that we need to work for more than other things. So can you use that feeling, that deep-seated feeling of envy of someone, and use it to motivate yourself to go further, to make extra steps towards what you want, right? So I can't say that there's an antidote to envy, but I can say that you can take steps in your life to lessen that feeling, that intensity of envy. So I hope that this helped. Next week will be our last week for envy. If you have any questions or comments, please put them down below or send me a DM. If there's something you want to learn about envy, please just let me know, because I'd be more than happy to talk about it. Just give me a shout out. Let me know what you need. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.